All right, let me hang up. All right. Bye. That's too funny. Killing the shoulders.
It's a big one.
Yeah, I mean, you like them like that. So.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all can see Angel right now, I ain't got no comment.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't got no comment. See what happens when she take off the mask? I ain't got no comment. You know I'm gonna pick on her now. Oh, that's too funny.
Mm-hmm.
What up, what up, what up, what up? What's wrong with you? Oh, I see why now. That's too funny. Waiting for y'all.
Mm-hmm. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. So you think you're ready for Black Love?
What's that?
Us. So you can join us on our Facebook page, our Instagram page at I Am Ready for Black Love. Ooh, I'm gonna change my
Hello?
YouTube. Oh, guys.
I did that. We already discussed that. Okay. We just started, literally just started the show. Okay.
Okay.
Lord have mercy.
I put man on Do Not Disturb.
I can't.
What can't you?
What the hell wrong with you?
Hmm?
What was that?
I
Strawberry?
burped
Yeah. I
from
see
this. Jerry. It is too.
What's up, Queen of Hearts? Queen of Hearts had a they had a great. I love them from yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Why you acting up? You shouldn't be acting up. That's the last thing you should be doing.
Yeah, that was a good show yesterday.
Yes, it was.
Had a good time.
Had a great time. The adventure we had.
Yeah, the adventure.
It was an adventure.
It was.
Why? Really?
Hey. Oh boy.
What's up, yo? The healing mindset. I was really about to go off, boy. I was really about to go. What? I really didn't want to do that. Yeah. Do all this. Hey guys.
806. Hey guys.
It would be like in order like that too.
Need some prelude music. Oh,
that's my theme song, boy. That's my theme song now. That's my song.
I see you put it on every.
Yeah, I said, you know what? I'm just keep using this one. Shoot, until I keep it consistent. I don't have to worry about no copyright. I ain't got to worry about none of that. Hold on, I'm just sending invites to folks, y'all. Hold on, be with us. Shoot, for real though.
It was like,
It got a little bit of Sanford Son in it. We goofy today, y'all. We goofy. Bear with us. Wait, why did I see you inviting you here? See, I'm thrown off today, y'all. I'm thrown off. But we're about to get the show started. We are. I promise. Pinky swear. I'm just sending the invites real quick. Send the invites. Granted, I ain't trying to send all these invites. There's a lot of invites.
Yeah, you only on 8.
And normally they don't do that. They don't normally do
Everybody
that.
just watch us.
Right.
Okay.
Remind me, y'all, I'm in goofy mode. And just for old time's sake, just to watch it. All right. When this comes up, and then we'll get started.
Lake show.
Say that again for everybody in the back. They know what time it is.
Lake show.
Say that one more time. Lake show, homie. Hold on. Let me fix my beat. Fix myself. There you go. This is crazy. See what I mean? Is everybody like hopping on at the same time right now?
No. So yesterday we accompanied or was the guest of Wind Down Wednesday with Red Bottoms and Queen of Hearts.
Hey, Queen of Hearts, you there? Hey, Queen of Hearts has some cake. Red Bottom, all right. See, I know Red Bottom. Red Bottom be having it. But boy, Queen of Hearts, ooh, Lord have mercy. Okay. No comment. No comment. I just left it there.
Yeah, so we just indulged in a couple of bottles of wines. Was that Prosecco? What was that? Prosecco?
I don't know what it was.
The one was sweet. It was really sweet.
I thought you liked that, though. I
was like, whoa, this is sweet.
Hey, Queen of Heart. Yeah, buddy. Ooh, God bless you, boy. Ooh, boy. Man. I had to. Why do you think I was sweating?
He turned that fan on towards him.
Hey, I said, shoot, I put it towards him. I'm like, shoot, put it towards me, boy.
Okay, Moscato. The second one was Moscato. See, I said Prosecco.
I know, I'm just talking.
Prosecco and Moscato.
Well, Sam, what's up, buddy? What's up there? What's up there? You already know about this thing? Hey, she already eating these strawberries, right? And the first thing she did was, I'm going to grab this big one.
And he said, you like them big, don't you?
Don't you like them big, right? I have nothing to say. Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
All right.
I'm just waiting on one person to hop on. No. But anyway, let's go ahead and get this show on the road. Happy Thursday night. Happy Friday Junior. But more importantly, I hope you're having a great week. Welcome to another edition. So you think you're ready for Black Love? I am the guy they call Wes.
And I'm Angel.
And I'm gonna do this like this, like that. And as Angel made reference of, we've had a pretty busy week. I know I have. I know she has. She still got them down. Yeah, but she's been awesome. How you been? How you doing? You feeling better?
Yeah.
She flicking me off too, so you know.
No, I'm not.
It's peace. It's peace.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at that.
Yeah.
But now you've been good. Good week.
Yeah. Good week. My sinus has just been bothering me.
Do I need to go grab some Kleenex?
No, they don't run like that. I get congested.
You should know congested, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then so I went to the dentist just to let you all know.
Wait a minute. She took off the mask. There go your answer. So those who are watching YouTube Live, how you doing? I hope y'all doing great. Thanks for tuning in. Those on our Facebook, our Instagram page, thank you for tuning in. Truly blessed, truly appreciate it. And those in our Facebook group, once again, thank y'all for tuning in. One of our members in our Facebook group said, "Tell Angel to take off the mask, please." And look at the result. She blushing. She blushing. You know, she light skinned. You know, it ain't hard for her to blush. But anyway, yesterday we had the chance to take the show on the road. We was invited to be a guest on a friend of mine podcast, Wind Down Wednesday. Miss Red Bottoms. Woo, boy. I love Miss Red Bottoms. Stacy's a very classy grown woman. Yeah. That's the best way to describe it. Very classy grown woman who has definitely done her part in being the best woman, being the best mother, you would say, and just being the best friend. But she is definitely funny and dope. She had me cracking up, and she invited me, Angel and I, to come on the show. And then they had a wonderful host as well. Yeah. Yeah, Sharika. Yeah, boy. And they both was from New York, so that was cool. Jersey and New York. So East Coast was represented, but we had the chance to talk about Black Love thoroughly. Mm-hmm. And if you didn't catch it yesterday, make sure you go to our I Am Ready for Black Love page on Instagram, and you can watch the whole episode.
It's 2 hours.
It's 2 hours. And we talked thoroughly for 2 hours, though. Yeah. We talked thoroughly. We laughed. We shared some tips. We drank some wine, a lot of wine. Well, they did. And then you can see me sweating because there's like 6 titties and all of that. But that's another story. We gotta get Jazzy up in here. What's up, Jazz? Where you at? Let's get you up in here. We gotta get Jazz up in here. Where you at, Jazzy? Me? Get you up in here. Let me know when we see you in the group. Let me know when you at. But what was one thing that stood out to you yesterday? I had a couple things that stood out. But,
as far as what?
The conversation or something that.
Okay, because they were both beautiful ladies.
Yes, they were. They were both beautiful women who are single.
You can see that they're very they're driven. Mm-hmm. They're definitely go-getters. They're making it happen on their spectrum of the world. So I liked that they had their stance in what they believe and how they want, Black love to be, what their beliefs of Black love and, that we all three as women still, have the same core foundation, but we've gone through different avenues of life. And someone had the traditional role, someone had the, I want what I want, but it doesn't have to have a label on it type thing. And then you know me. It's yeah.
That's right.
I'm down for whatever. No, I ain't down for whatever. I ain't down for whatever.
Are you sure?
I ain't down for
All
whatever.
right. Miss Madison. So we got you on the Facebook. Let's see if we can get you on the Instagram real quick. Or you only able to do one or the other?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll show you. I'm gonna get on the Instagram too.
Okay. So once you do that, we'll go ahead and we're gonna make sure we properly bring you in this joint. Y'all in for a special treat tonight. I'm telling y'all, this young lady is phenomenal and doing big things, and I'm excited to for y'all to see why. So
I'm grateful. Yes. Okay.
one thing that stood out to me to wrap that up in terms of yesterday with the ladies is the fact that they're really determined to put on a great podcast, and I love that they asked for tips and we gave them some tips and stuff of that nature. So
She's gonna be mute one.
you might have to. Let's see. You might have to mute one of them. Let's see. How can I do this? Maybe I'll put this one right here. We got a little feedback, so let's see. My check. 1 2 1 2. There we go. All right. So let's see. We got Angel looking like that. Got you over here looking like that.
Mute ours because we don't need to hear. We got.
Okay, maybe which one?
No, they can't hear us.
I was gonna say, hey, can you? So, about to go ahead and get this topic of discussion started, but what up, Frat? What's going on? I had to go ahead and remind some folks. I am a diehard Laker fan. I have been a diehard Laker fan for a very long time. So, we're in the finals, as y'all may or may not know. It's 3-1 us over Miami. Game 5 tomorrow. And I said Lakers in 5. So, we out here. Okay? And I don't want to hear none of no haters. This don't count. Excuse my language. Fuck that. All right? This count probably more than any other season. Okay? Laker game. I got nothing else to say. Number 17. Banner. Celtics. We tied up. I don't want to hear nothing else. All right? We out here. Yes, sir. Okay? Any problems? Anybody? GG. What's up, GG? Anybody else? All right, cool. Let's get that out the way. We'll just keep this somewhere. We'll put this right here. But all right. All gas, no brakes. GG, is it still an echo? Let me know. But tonight's special guest is currently in Las Vegas. She's a young entrepreneur. What's up, Red Bottoms? We were just talking about you too, love, Miss Stacy. But she's someone that was recommended to come on the show. She was also someone that was, by 2 different people to come and be on our show. And more importantly, she sent me a message saying, hey, I would love to be on the show. So I'm going to let her break down who she is, what she does. But without further ado, let's welcome Miss Jazzy Madison. Hey.
Hi, everyone. I'm not from. Let's just be clear, though. I'm not from Las Vegas. I'm from Seattle.
She from C-Town, 206.
I'm from the 206, so I wouldn't say I'm a Sonics fan, but we don't have a basketball team right now. But it's cool.
No, yes, I do. Because the Seattle Storm, the WNBA, just won the championship.
Oh, yeah, the Storm. Yeah, but you know how that goes. Yeah. I mean, I guess more people I didn't really watch the WNBA, so I forgot about those.
Hey, that's all right. That's all right.
You said what I do, right?
Yeah, so go ahead. Break down what you do and how did you get to pretty much being the helper that you are. And you know what I mean by that.
Yeah, so...
And by the way, your lashes is popping, as someone said. And your hair popping.
My lashes are popping, thank you. Fresh lashes all the time, yes indeed.
That's right.
It's a different confidence, I tell you that.
That's right, that's right.
So what I do, I'm a lifestyle influencer. When I say that, it's just promoting healing in different ways, feeling right in your body, just making sure that you're the best you. And I go based off personal experiences. Like, I'm really transparent with what I do.
Okay.
And everything that I've commented on or ever said anything about has literally stemmed from something I've been through personally, So that's really I do some other things on the background, like I do hair, I do beaded jewelry, but for the most part, I just more public figure type of work these days.
Okay. Now, last week we had our episode was on Healing 101. You want to make reference to a couple things from that, or something that's from last week's conversation?
The main thing that we talked about basically was Black love overall, not necessarily romantic relationships, but healing from those relationships. When you have any type of trauma or distress from those, we need to acknowledge it and maybe get help, even if it's therapeutic help from a professional, talking to someone, get into some type of groups, whatever the case may be, but acknowledging that these parts of our life have formed our lifestyle mentally, and then that's how we are dealing with who we are today, and that person may need help, and we don't realize it, and some of us do realize it, but yeah, that's pretty much what we do.
That's a good point. So when you hear that, what comes to mind for you in terms of healing? And then we can talk a little bit about how can I help you?
Right. So basically for me, when it comes to people that have dealt with the trauma and haven't healed from it yet, it's a sickness, right? And so most people don't recognize or don't want to say, I'm sick. I have something wrong with me. Something has hurt me. They're really more prideful about their healing, right? So then they stay stuck and they try to bury it. They try to get past it without even really dealing with it head on. And so me personally, I went through a personal situation just recently where I had to pray that God breaks me in the way that He wants to break me, to restore me in the way that He wants to restore me. And so that happened to open my eyes to healing differently. Like, you can go through something, you can say, I'm going through this, but it doesn't change you as a person. You just have to be able to identify that so you can take your next step on what to do to get past it in a way that it doesn't come back and resurface.
Got you. I know something, and granted, everyone has different spiritual beliefs, different, type of religion beliefs, stuff of that nature. I am a spiritually driven man myself. How about yourself? Spiritually driven woman?
Yeah, I'm spiritual. I'm not religious.
You're not religious. You pray?
Yeah, I'm not religious. I'm spiritual.
Make it show. Everybody's different. I pray. With all that being said, sometimes we do or don't put it in God's hands, even though we're supposed to just sit there and say, if you believe in God, put it in God's hands and walk away. Some of us go a different route. However it is, we respect that. But something that we talked about last week, which all of us probably have talked about before, is the fact that when you're going through healing, that, there are people called therapists. And we being us Black folks in particular, tend not to utilize a therapist. Because,
One thing that I did in this time is I committed to therapy. Because I wasn't at first you hear, oh no, I don't want to speak to a therapist. They're just people that you know what I mean? But can your friend really ask you that particular question that gets to the root of something? Or could your homegirl that's dealing with a negative mindset, is she gonna put your mindset in a front of healing? No, she's gonna talk negative. She's gonna be biased, or whatever the case may be. All therapy is an outside look to create a safe place for you to be able to thoroughly express yourself without judgment. You know what I mean? And so they're really just there to kind of, if you find the right therapist, though, you know, not all of them are, some are just there for a paycheck. That's just like anything else. But if your chemistry and you're led to that particular person, because see, me and my therapist, and like you, Angel, I'm not religious, but I'm spiritual. You know, I know who my Heavenly Father is. So, my therapist and I, we pray before and we pray after. She's really for me, so she wants healing for me, you know? Another thing that people, especially in our community, we tend to act as though healing has a color. I don't want a white therapist. I don't want an Asian therapist. I don't want, you know what I mean? But healing doesn't have any color. Who's to say that this white woman hasn't been through whatever, you know what I mean? It can help guide you and give you the tools that you need to be able to get your own healing. So I think that therapists are not utilized enough, if you ask me.
She said what?
They're not utilized enough.
Right.
One of our viewers on Facebook said, "What's up, Frat?" He said, "I had therapy before, and it was the best."
Yes.
How long did you have therapy for, Frat? And how long did you have therapy for? Are you still going to therapy, or this, you know, it's done with?
Oh, I'm therapy every Wednesday, honey. I'm telling you, I'm there every Wednesday. Like, we got therapy, girl. We here. We got something new today, and because there's always something you deal with daily issues. You know what I mean? And you're trying to heal from something else, and here comes this whole new wave.
Right, and sometimes you find out during that time, just today, that you're healing. Well, something has affected you from 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And it just now comes out. You never knew that was the issue.
That's very true. That's literally what I just went through. Like, I went through something that for me was hard right now that triggered so many things from my past. It was like I'm not, I mean, as you can see, I'm not very old. I'm only 31 years old. But I've had a life.
Hey, hold on. I ain't that old either.
Yes, you are.
I ain't that shit. Hold on. I ain't that old either. My bad. Hold on. My gray hair said, say something. No.
Look, I told you, I gotta be transparent in this thing.
Please be.
I'm 31 years old, but I've come from a different walk of life than most women my age do. So what I went through just recently literally triggered all those things. My inner child came to surface. And it put me in the deepest, darkest place that I feel like I've ever been. Like, I had never felt like I wanted to give up. I never felt like, but all those things that I went through before, I never felt like I could understand a suicidal person's state of mind. None of that, you know what I mean? And so I had to go and really deal with myself. Really deal with myself and say, I need to heal from this thing because it's going to take me down. I'm not going to be as successful as I want to be. Like, I identified my mental blocks in that time.
So you know I gotta get the exclusive. What happened? If you want to discuss, if you don't want to discuss, totally respect it. But
well, no, I'm open to it. It just was a lot of like, you know, inside personal issues with like relationship, family. It just kind of was a lot of things at one time. Just trying to be a mother, a single mother at that. It just was just a whole shift that I wasn't ready for. And it just kind of knocked on my past door. Brought me outside.
Right.
It brought me outside to the porch, seriously. And so I just really had to deal with my inner girl and say, you know what? And like I said, I prayed. I locked myself away for like 4 or 5 days, literally. I didn't answer my phone. I just was in my Bible, literally. Even my son, like I pushed my son out, like everybody.
You pushed him out too?
Yeah.
You were like, you gotta go, boy. Get your ass on.
Like, I literally just was like, ain't nobody finna tell me no today. And like, I dropped him off at my mom's house at like 11:30 at night, no lie, and drove off. Yes. And at first I felt bad. I felt like a really bad mom. But now when I look back on it in hindsight, I had to do what was best for my son in that time. I was breaking more than I've ever broken before, and he was watching me just sink, you know? And I'm like, okay, I can't do this.
How
I
can
can't do that.
how can you be the best parent possible if you're not okay?
Right. You can't.
Right.
You can't.
You can't be the best of anything. if you're not
Anything.
okay.
Yeah. And you know, I'll go back to the old school saying, the kids didn't ask to be here.
No,
You know
they
what I'm
didn't.
saying? The kids didn't pick and choose. That's my mom and that's my daddy. No, they didn't do that. So being that we're, I'm a father, and Angel, she has a pet. So I leave it there. But
and
the point-
I've been a kid, so I know.
I mean,
I
that
say that all the time.
was a long ass time.
But I know.
right?
It's just like
you can remember that?
It was a long time ago for her, and these things are just now coming up.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's not even that they just now came up. It was that they came up and I had to deal with them in order to get, like, I couldn't ignore them anymore.
Right.
It was one of those
Right.
situations. Like,
Right.
Girl, okay. This gonna happen again. Deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so even now, like, it's kind of taking me in a direction like, wait a minute, because a lot of my life I had to be on hush, right? So when you're little, what goes on in the house, stay in the house. So most of the things originate in the house. Most of the things that you deal with as a child, your scars come from inside the doors that you're raised in. So I'm like, dang, I had to deal with all this stuff for all these years. Like, and here it is again. I'm 31, and here it is again, knocking at my door. What you gonna do with that?
So tell me about this. How can I help you? How did you come to this? Or actually, what is it? What is it? And elaborate. We definitely let the people know.
So it's like some red table talk with some jazzy me and some what you got going on all in one. Like, what I'm doing.
Wait.
is
So you said wait. Red table talk.
Mm-hmm.
Give me another two.
Some jazzy me, some personal life, but we're gonna relate. How can we relate? You understand? So ultimately, I said to myself, I'm not gonna let my pain be pointless, right? And so I know there's somebody. That's why I brought up the hush thing, because you're on silence for so long. I know somebody else has been like you for that long. So I just wanted to create a safe place and do a show that people are gonna be able to tell their story on too, and be able to be transparent and be in a safe place. So it's like blogging therapy in a way. Which I think people are afraid to do. Like, I'm not no guru, but I know what I've dealt with, and I know somebody else has dealt with the same thing. That's just like you hear a song, you know somebody else like it, some might not, but there's somebody that's gonna play that thing. So
No pointless pain.
no, you can't let your pain be pointless. What you gonna do with it? I mean, I'm not trying to capitalize off of mine, but I'd rather help somebody else with mine.
Come on now.
And if it's pain, until you deal with it, it won't ever stop being pain.
It never go away.
Yeah.
It will never go away. So that's my goal. Right now, I'm just kind of doing the promo of it. We are trying to get it on some platforms, like Amazon Prime, and we're trying to get it on. Of course, we'll do YouTube Live if God says the same.
This is. I think with a couple things came to mind. One, this is what, Cancer Awareness Month or Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Yes.
So this is also it's one other.
Yes.
Is it not depression, but it's something.
Been a depressing year by far.
It's
Hey,
a depressive year.
It's been one of the most, if not the challenging year for everyone. Period.
Yeah.
But exactly, then thank you. That's the segue I'm trying to go with this, because there's so many people right now who are depressed. There's so many people right now who are battling who knows what type of trauma. There's so many people being abused right now because, and I've alluded to this months ago when the COVID pandemic started and we literally had locked down and was in the house and, quarantined inside. I had a bad feeling for those couples who are already on pins and needles and now they are forced to be inside, and for maybe the woman in the relationship, she was able to get away before having the break. I mean, having the lockdown. Now she's not able to get away, and who knows how badly she's being abused. The children themselves, in terms of how they're dealing with abuse, because they can't really leave and just go to their friend house and whatnot.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of healing. School, I mean,
Can't go to school.
can't go to school, you know what I'm saying?
They're
Can't-
not even being
I'm
fed.
sorry from the fact these kids is not in school. They need to go back to school.
I mean, it's hard. I mean, granted, I mean, they do need to go back to school, but on the flip side, do we really want them back in school because of it?
It's still going
You
on.
know what it taught me too, and I don't know if this is besides the point, but it taught me that they're not really learning much in the schools. It's showing me it's really showing me that you really do got to teach your kids at home. I think it's kind of putting a lot of things in perspective for parents with their kids, but you know, some can't afford to have their kids at home all day. It's tough.
No. I've been, my youngest son has been with me for the last couple months, and he's still based in Los Angeles. So he's based in Los Angeles Unified, even though I'm here in Atlanta. And just watching his teacher and the teaching methods he has provided and stuff of that nature. Granted, I can tell he's a learner, but I can tell it's also a little bit of I ain't gonna say a challenge. Well, it's definitely a challenge, but to keep them intrigued, to keep all the students intrigued, to keep them engaged, to keep them, you know, in a positive mindset. This teacher has been pretty good about it. Now, I can't speak for all the other teachers, and more importantly, I can't speak for all these other students, because some of these students, you know, they get restless and want to just go off the wall, bounce off the wall, and who knows what. Then you got to think about what's in the background, you know what I'm saying? The parents may walk around the background naked or something, you know, you never know. You know what I'm saying? Might be blazing one in the background. Oh, you on Zoom, hold on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So with all that being said, that's just the youth. But on the flip side, there's so many people out there who are getting over relationships right now. I can only imagine what's the rate of breakups since March because of this. I can only imagine the number.
Research has completely shifted about your mate. Like, I've seen it quite a few times so far.
But here's the other side, though. This has been the time, though, and we said this early in the year. This is the time where you recognize who you really want in your life as a mate.
Period.
Period.
In your life. Period.
In your life, period. Your circle, if they're not supporting you verbally, giving you words of affirmation, not having your back, you know, not catering to your needs in a certain aspect, then why waste your time with them? You know what I'm saying? If they're not, you know, regardless if they live in the same city or they cross country, if they're not putting forth the effort, then what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Are you wasting their time? So, you know, I applaud all those.
What about the people that do? You know, it sucks because there are some people that are dealing with, you know, being that good person and being like who that mate needs, you know, and they're really, really putting, especially in this time, knowing that nourishment is needed, knowing that, but then what I have learned is, regardless of it, you can't change the fact that hurt people. And so then they're stuck in this house with this mate that's been hurt and bruised and again don't want to heal. They haven't even wanted to identify that they need to heal. And so that's what's driving the relationship apart too.
Hurt people. Have you heard somebody?
No.
You?
Because I'm not a hurt person.
Oh, here we go. You just an angel?
Yes.
Yeah, that's her name.
Someone who's really, someone, a ginger ale, boy.
Yeah.
Someone who was really important in my life. She had a breakup. Or she was with someone, they broke up, then she got with someone else, and they broke up, and then she kind of went back to the first guy. And granted, I really care for this woman. And in getting to know this woman, I said, hey, have you had a break? Have you healed from the first relationship? Not even the second one. The first one. That was That was a long time. Then, more importantly, have you healed from the previous? On top of that, have you had time for yourself to understand who you are, to understand what makes you happy, to understand, like, you know what? I've been putting forth energy towards all these other dudes. What have you done for yourself to reestablish who you are? Especially you've accomplished so many different goals and this and this and this and that, but deep down inside, you still hurt.
Yeah.
And I give her credit because she took time out, and granted, it was a long conversation, and you know, she said her part, I said my part, but we both listened, and you know, she done her part in healing, and I'm proud of her. I'm hella proud of her.
Yeah, for real, because it do take some, like, it takes a real one to actually hear somebody tell you that and be like, you know what, you're right.
Especially when you know you like to be in control. You know, y'all women like to be in control of everything. You know.
Don't say y'all women.
That's whatever.
Huh?
Don't,
Huh?
don't say
Wait,
y'all
wait,
women.
huh? When your birthday?
April
Exactly. April what?
25th.
Okay, Taurus. Okay, Taurus.
I don't believe in that at all.
Nah, it's all good. We got a few minutes left. Once again, for those tuning in, this is So You Think You Ready for Black Love. I'm the man they call Wes.
And Angel.
And I'm sorry, Angel, you didn't hit me. If you're looking for the best hairstylist in ATL, shout it. You know what I'm saying? Shout it. Make sure you show the link. Make sure you call on an Angel. You know what I'm saying? Look at her here, y'all.
You style hair too?
Yes, I'm a hairstylist.
Mm-hmm.
That's good, girl.
Yeah, she's an entrepreneur Negro.
I said we cosmos think alike sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
The creative.
Yeah.
That's right. Tonight's episode, once again, is on the healing mindset. What does the healing mindset mean to y'all, ladies?
For me, it's just
Hold on. You want this last strawberry? I say it for you. That's how you heal, y'all. That's how you start the healing process.
Yeah, the healing mindset is to decide, figure out that you need to be healed for one. That you have some issues that need to be addressed, and you want to figure out how to deal, how to break through. And just when you decide to get help, that's the mindset.
What you, Jasmine?
The healing mindset is exactly what she said, that, and then understanding that it's beyond you, the energy that you carry affects the people around you. So you have to have the healing mindset so that you're not bringing other people down.
Exactly.
And then especially if you're a vessel, you know what I mean? You got to be able to radiate that energy to other people that they need to be healing too.
Yeah. Yeah, because if you have that mindset, it's like you want everyone to be healed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In the best way possible. You can only lead the horse to the water now. You can't do much more than that.
I mean, for real, but let's be real. We all probably need healing. Everybody.
Does.
I mean, no one's perfect. No one's perfect.
Right.
It was on one.
You sure?
Huh?
You sure ain't nobody perfect?
I mean, you could be 99%. You may, or I'm sorry, I'm joking, but you could be 100%. Mindset in terms of I'm as perfect as I can be, but you still have gone through something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But with all that being stated, I'm not sitting there saying you need a whole therapeutic type of healing. What I'm saying is we all have needed healing at one time in our life.
Yeah.
And
and sometimes have held on to it without even, and acting like that don't faze me none,
That's when it phases them. When they say,
don't phase me, right.
I'm unbothered.
I'm over him. I'm good. I'm over her. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'm all right. But watch. Soon they get in the shower. Snot bubble.
Huh? Bother me. I'm telling you right now, things bother me, and I'll be the first one to say it. Like, I don't like this. This is not cool.
That's right.
I've been through a program where it teaches you how to decipher these things that are happening to you, because and not hold a grudge, not let that be a racket in your life. You know, so a lot of times people are like, that don't bother you, and I'm like, no, because if it's nothing I can do about it, I don't let it bother me. You know, it just is what it is. You know, of course, does it faze me at some point? Yeah, but does it remind me? Yes, but I don't let that go through making my decisions because of what somebody else did or how that affected me. I don't let that, like I tell everybody, when you date somebody, I don't charge the next man with what the last man did.
Quick question. I do kind of, not that I want to challenge you, but I just kind of want to piggyback off what you said. So it doesn't bother you, it's unfazing and stuff like that, right? But what happens if it happens again? What if you see that familiar thing again? The first thing people say is, this happened to me before. I ain't like this, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So how do you deal with that?
I recognize it before I let it to continue and fester and become a problem. So if I can recognize something as soon as it happens, I address it. Now, it may look that way to me, and it may not be what it is. So that's why you have to address it. You have to communicate and get an understanding of what is happening from that side of it. You know, what's facing me, because it's in front of me. It's not behind me. What's behind me is behind me, and that's how it happens. Hey, I got to look. Isn't that little one?
It's behind her. Right? Shit.
Like I said. So it is familiar. I want to hit it head on, because what it looks like, just because it's green, doesn't mean it was made up with two blues and a yellow. You know what I mean? It might be two yellows and a blue. So I have to figure it out.
Like dissect what's really going on.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. What's up? Shout out to my Libras. What's up, Chef? Gotta give my Libras some love real quick. I know for me, beginning of last decade, I was probably the angry black man. I'll just be real. You know what I'm saying? You heard me talk about this before. I was the angry black man, and the energy I was putting out was horrible. And all I kept doing was blaming everyone else, blaming everybody else. The sky is dark. Man, you did that. This damn traffic. Hey, man, that's your fault. I know. I told you she left earlier. You know what I'm saying? You're like, just blaming everybody and never looked in the mirror.
Yep, you're right.
And then something tragic had to happen over and over and over for me to be like, you know what? I need to sit my ass down, have a therapist in front of me, and figure this out, because this cycle that I'm putting myself through,
that's what it is.
All I need to do is meet someone that I really like, and they'll do one little thing to trigger me, and then next thing you know, it goes the cycle again. So I said, let me sit down, don't date, don't see nobody. And for over a year, I went to therapy.
Yeah.
Over a year, I went to therapy.
When people put themselves in those type of cycles too, I noticed that toxic becomes familiar to them. And so that's why they they paralyze themselves in that toxic space. Even when it comes to like people, situations, whatever, like they get familiar with that toxic, and then when it's not there, the idea that it's not there becomes uncomfortable for them, it seems to me. To get rid of that toxic space, because that might be somebody that they want to be around, or that might be something that they always want to continue to do. And so, am I knocking on your door?
No, because I had a homeboy. I had a cool home. I mean, she was like a brother. I love this dude. Granted, we ain't talked almost 2+ years, but I had a homeboy. He loved drama. And he said it. I love drama. I like drama-filled women. And I'd be like, bruh, I need that energy around me.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm going through, so I just got going through what I went through. Now I'm sitting there like, okay, I feel a lot better about myself, but I would always hang with him. And granted, he was a big supporter, but the point I'm trying to make is he kept having me around women or people who had their drama.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, this is rubbing off on me. I don't need this. No, I don't need that. I don't need that.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, how we broke up was me calling him out. Like, bro, you need to stop that. And it's a wrap. And that's unfortunate. I feel like I lost a brother, but I'm gonna tell you this, I don't miss that drama.
Yeah. For real though, that stuff starts to bring you down after a while. You take that everywhere you go with you. It's like luggage, just trailing behind you. You take it into all your new relationships, friendships, to the clothing store where you at. You know, you mad at the lady. Put my shirt down.
That's right.
I wanted that shirt, you know?
Right.
Because you got that toxic mess all over you, you
That's
know?
right. But
So
I get
those
it.
are some of the things I noticed too. But those, like you said, there's a lot of broken people that will not identify that they're broken, that they're hurt, that they need healing. And so there we are. We're stuck in the same old cycle.
Some people may not, like you said, they may not identify as this, that they don't know because they come from brokenness and that person came from brokenness, and just everything around them is the same. Like you said, that toxic environment, so they don't know any different until, but what I don't understand is so much accessibility to how everybody else lives, even if it's a lie or if it's a truth. You see something different than what you are in. You know what I mean? So you know there's a possibility. And that's why it's the same as people say, if you're in the ghetto, why don't you get out the ghetto? That is a mentality. It's not where you live. You know what I mean? And because you can be the same ghetto person, if you got that with the $1 million contract in that mansion, it doesn't matter. You're still that person. But once you get some type of healing, help, whatever it may be, to show you an alternate view, an alternate way of life, an alternate way to success, and just whatever, then that's when you can adapt that into your life and become better.
That's true, and I can attest to that personally. Like where I grew up, I came from a family of drug dealers, prostitutes, whatever else the case may be. You name it, it was there. I made the choice, like, I'm not going to be a hood rat. Let me just say this right here. I'm going to graduate from high school. Every decision that I made was based off what I seen go wrong. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I knew I didn't want a man abusing me. I knew I didn't want to be around a bunch of cheaters, or I knew I didn't want to have a multiple man. I knew I didn't want those things just because I seen how it tore down other people. However, it's still like he was saying, because it was around me, some of that still rubbed off on me, and I still had to go left field to go right. Toxic.
I feel that.
Toxic. Yeah. But it's okay, because when I launched this show, people are gonna have a platform like this show here. People are gonna have a platform, but I'm trying to get it to where it's like it's spoken on more than just locally. You know what I mean? I don't want it to be local. People all over are dealing with things.
Yeah, I feel that. I mean, what we're trying to do, we're just trying to promote Black love, but to really ask the question to yourself: are you really ready? Because we'll sit here and I want this woman, and I want this man, and this and this and this and that. But deep down inside, are you really ready?
Are you really ready?
And that's why we come about it.
And in part of our aspect is Black love is not just whatever partner you're in, it's where you come from, it's who you are. Do you love yourself?
Period.
So I'm gonna say self-love is a huge part of that.
It's vital.
Yeah.
That's why I post me as my own MCM every Monday. Why you always posting you as your own MCM? No one else is posting me. Shit. I'm thinking my whole 21 plus years of life, I've been with someone's MCM twice. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you have. I want to hear that.
Our page, that's it.
Right. But the point I'm trying to make is, regardless of all of that, developing that healing mindset in terms of, what this person did, I had nothing to do with. Let me not take it out on this person, especially if they had nothing to do with it. I've been guilty of that. I've worked on that. Something I said yesterday on the podcast with the ladies, Wednesday Wind Down. I said one of the things I'm still working on is not to get angry so fast and keep my tone low.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And to listen, you know, to comprehend, not listen to reply.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And that's healing for me. Regardless of anyone else, that's me in the mirror. That's me working on it.
Yeah.
So
that's really big of you too, because most people won't self-identify. People won't say, "Oh, I can change this." I always tell people, like, in every situation, you can always do something different. I don't care if the other person, like, you can put it on the scale if you want to. Oh, you did what you did wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you could have said that one thing that changed the narrative.
Right.
You just don't know. Like, so that's another thing too. It's good that you can self-evaluate and say, "Hey, I could have changed this. I could have done this different." Like you said, for your own healing.
That's it. Well, before we wrap up, any last words you want to leave with the group and where they can find you at in terms of your pages, and what should they anticipate in terms of how can I help you coming out?
Right now, we're working on a commercial, so that should be done by the end of October. And then we will be launching the first show by the end of November to the beginning of December. So be looking out for that. You can find me right now on Instagram, Jazz.me, or you can find me on Facebook, Jasmine Madison. I have a hair page. It's Jamie J-U. Yes, I sell hair extensions. I told you I do hair. I does the hair.
I wouldn't.
Look your hair up. I does the hair. So that, and then also my beaded jewelry page is Blessed Hands Jewelry. So just trying to make, you know, all the ends meet and
I feel you.
And be great at the same time.
Right.
Be healthy because health is wealth.
You are great. Let's reword that. You are a client. You are great.
Yes, I am great.
That part. Especially from C-Town. Come on, my mom from Seattle. Come on now. C-Town 206 on West Coast.
Your mom was blessed. More blessed than what she even know, probably. I'm just saying, it's so rare sometimes that I meet people from Seattle. So
I hear you.
When I do, it's always a pleasure.
Well, hey, it's been a pleasure having you on. I have to give thanks to those who introduced me to you. I'm very grateful for that.
Thank you.
And I'm proud of you. Keep doing your thing and let us know how we can help you. All right?
Yes, thank you so much.
All right. Thank you,
All right,
Jazzy.
Nice
We'll
show.
get up
Thank
with you.
Bye, Angel.
Bye.
Later. T-Dub, what's up, T-Dub? T-White up in the building. But this has been awesome, y'all. This has been awesome. She was awesome. Any last words?
She had a lot of
she has some great information. Any last words before we got like a minute left before we get out of here?
No, just that for everyone else to be great and take your mental health into consideration, and try to stay uplifted and upbeat during this depressing time, whether you're looking at the political aspect of it or just the way the world is right now. So
the way of the world, all right.
Yeah. Just try to be great. Just be great and be happy.
Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy. Anyway, we're about to get out of here. It's your man Wes.
And Angel.
Make sure you tune in every Thursday, 8 p.m. Go to our YouTube page. Go to our Instagram page. Go to our Facebook page. You can watch some old reruns, all right? Love y'all. Be great. Stay healthy. And more importantly, give somebody a hug. Some love. All right? It's your man Wes. Peace.